It's difficult to say that there's a biggest challenge. There just is an enormous challenge about generating revenue. We, on principle, don't charge for entry, and we're not in, as other larger cathedrals are, we don't have lots of sort of space where we could charge for a museum or an associated building. So it's quite difficult to generate income from visitors. We make a donation ask, we charge for the tower climb, but there's a general challenge on sort of footfall, people giving us money when they come in. We're also, as a venue, Grade 1 listed. We don't have the facilities of, say, the big sort of conference venues. So people who come to us wanting gala dinners and conferences and things are often disappointed that we don't have, wall-to-wall touch screen facilities and things. And then we have to hire lots of things in, which makes us quite expensive. So especially at the moment, we're not actually that competitive in that market, except for the fact that we do have a drop-dead gorgeous venue, which beats any conference venue. But, that people don't necessarily want to pay for that. So sort of monetizing what we've got is quite difficult. And we're constantly having to think of different ways of doing that. And then finally, the thing that really, really irritates me is the grant funders who are a bit parsimonious and say, oh no, we don't fund core costs. And you think, well, how do you think I'm going to develop your project if I can't pay the electricity bill? And especially with what's happened with utilities and with staff salaries, our core costs are rocketing in an environment where an awful lot of grant funders say we won't fund core costs, which is just not helpful. So I'd really want us to have a sensible conversation, especially with some of the bigger funders, ACE and NLHF, and say, look, we need to think about this properly. Because not funding the electricity bill means ultimately we will close because we can't afford the electricity bill. So it's not a great one for sustainability, really. So the opportunities are very similar to the challenges, really. The major one has to be footfall, getting people across our doors, making a good donation ask as they enter. And we are benefiting from more visitors now since City of Culture in 2021, 2022, which is good. And people are interested in climbing the tower and also looking at some of the history that we've now got on offer. And the 20th century is becoming slightly more fashionable. So people are wanting to come and see the art. Linked opportunities around that, around audience development and broadening our audiences generally, appealing to people who we don't usually see, getting people to come in and visit us. Every time people come in for the first time, they stop dead and go, wow, this is a fantastic place. And if we can get people to understand that and experience that, then we do have an opportunity for income generation. We're focusing a lot on merchandising, doing some selling of things that are very cathedral focused, so less generic church or generic cathedral or generic Coventry, but very specifically relating to our artists, our art, and those sorts of things, which are proving quite successful. But again, some of them are quite expensive to set up. So in terms of events, it is promotion, hoping too that some of the Coventry experience, we've got some other historic venues close to us that have recently been refurbished, will generate guided tours. We're not getting as many guided tours as we were doing pre-pandemic. It will be good to see them come back. Well, it has to be Coventry City getting back into the Premiership, having won in their place in the playoffs. So apart from that, then sort of relating to the Cathedral, we've done some work with our audience development plan to broaden our audiences. And I'm just going to show you our lovely, very exciting events brochure for the summer, which includes the fantastically named Cov by the Sea, when we're inviting the citizens of Coventry to come and enjoy a seaside experience in the ruined cathedral. Needless to say, we're quite a long way from the seaside, and we're hoping that children, families and people who perhaps could not afford to get to the seaside this summer can come and enjoy time with us. And that just broadens our audience, makes us more relevant to the Coventry we're in today, and hopefully builds us up for the future.